It's Jen. I want to talk about Eastern Body and Western Mind, the Audible book. I'm going to review what the framework of the book is all about, why I chose to read it, and what I think it is that people will get the most out of. It is a very unique book in terms of its content, and it has been rearranged so that the average person can take in the information. I have a background in yoga and yoga therapy and meditation and various practices in this world, so I didn't walk into reading the book or experiencing the book with no background at all. I think if you have no background at all, it's challenging. It doesn't mean you can't take your time and go through it, and it's certainly worth taking in the information. So the format of the book is to go through every chakra, which is an energy center in your body, which stands for something different. And in the very basic principles, you have, sort of 7 that go all the way up the column of your spine, and it's about feeling grounded and about being able to navigate through challenges in life and having confidence and an open heart and all of these different pieces. But a part of your energy centers get developed through different stages of your life, and what they do is, in the book, they talk about each one of these energy centers from a Western perspective, talking about your emotions and things that we experience in the body and in the mind, and also from an Eastern perspective, and then blend the two of them together. So a really good example I can talk to you about from a personal perspective is that when you are trying to teach people philosophy that is an Eastern style philosophy that's highly reliant on energies and on spirituality, for somebody who doesn't have a spiritual practice, sometimes it's hard to explain the benefits and the pieces about how that works to somebody who really only has that sort of Western education and Western framework. So what this book allows you to do, if you take your time and you go through, it will give you a good understanding about how these energy centers do interact with our everyday lives, and how different things that happen to us, experiences and traumas and things, all play into that, and why we would have kind of strong flowing energies in one way or another as a result of what we experience in life. It is robust, and it would take a lifetime of learning to truly understand and be able to take in all of the different nuances that come about from your energetic body mixed in with your anatomical body. But I think that as somebody who practices yoga and meditation already and is often challenged to have conversations with people in the world who don't have any experience with that, I think it was a really helpful read in order for me to have more tools and more language in order to be able to help people explore that Eastern philosophy side. If you yourself are somebody who is not feeling 100% balanced and you want to understand why, and you are interested in balancing, finding your harmony again in your body or your mind, whatever it is that's not feeling good, and you're interested in a holistic perspective, I would recommend picking up the book, because you don't have to read it from front to back. I'm sure that's the way that it's intended, but you can kind of dive into the areas of the book that mean the most to you and take your time and go through it. You do need to be mentally on with the book to take in the information. I don't think there's anything wrong with taking notes and reflecting and coming back to it later. It wasn't something I went through quickly, but rather something I kept coming back to piece by piece. And sometimes I go back and reflect on a few different areas that might become very, important at a particular time in my life, or with a client I'm working with or something like that. But I do think it's amazing and very interesting information to incorporate into our lives, especially if you are living in a Western country like me. But I hope that you enjoy the read, and stay